used to be that the device that you got from a telematics company used to be just for one unique case only. But there's so many software applications that just help in productivity for a trucking company. So it had to become open source. So people had to bring their own tablets. So besides the telematics software part of it, they want other different kind of softwares on these tablets.
From Austin, Texas, live from the E Squared 3rd annual event, I'm pleased to be joined by Johan van Mierlo, Director of Strategic Partnerships, Proclip USA. Johan, welcome to Austin.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I've known you for a couple years now. You've been with Proclip USA for 16 years, which is rare in today's job world to be at the same organization for 16 years. You've seen a lot of changes. The product has evolved. Tell us a little bit about the story, how Proclip got started and the impact that you all have on the mobile workforce, not only in transportation, trucking, but in the other markets that you serve.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, the mobile world is just evolving year to year. So if you think back, 20 years ago, we started, with the first mobile computers that you had in your hand, and we talk about Palm Pilots, pocket PCs. So at that time,
I was an early adopter of the Palm Pilot. I thought that was so cool.
Cool.
Monochrome screen.
Yep.
I didn't really use it much.
Yep. No, I loved it, and I really started personally to dive deep into that, especially when the Pocket PC was there with the Windows platform on there, Windows CE. I really became an influencer. I was kind of one of those early influencer bloggers in the world.
You're a self-admitted geek.
I am completely, 100%. So
love it.
So the product with Proclip is, the mobile docking stations, the mobile holders with data, with power. So I got all these holders from the factory, and I was able to test them and write about them, and I really loved that product. That, once a career change came along, I basically ended up with Proclip USA.
The beautiful thing of that is you were a satisfied customer, product of the product, and now I've been around you a couple of years now. You're passionate about what you do. You travel. You're at many trade shows, and I did a little research before our podcast segment today, Johan, and one thing I find very unique about your company is you're not just a reseller of other people's products. You do CNC machine milling. You design applications that are really custom fit for each and every type of vehicle. Talk to us a little bit about that process and what makes Proclip such a differentiator in that mobile device management space.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see ourselves more as consultants. So everybody has a different need in their workplace. Everybody has a different use case. Everybody has a different workflow. And with our CNC machining, it gives us the flexibility to really adapt our product based on what a customer really, their needs are. So we can listen to the customer. How is a user really using the product? And we can tweak the product. So it's not like a big injection mold that you have to switch and then afterwards, like, okay, let's fix this again. We can really fix things very quickly and adapt quickly.
We're seeing a big movement in mobile device workers, whether it be construction, having a device mounted to a forklift, or in the industry that I'm in and that we're talking to this audience at Trucker Tech, the over-the-road truckers, LTL fleets, P&D, final mile delivery, that have moved to a tablet, a ruggedized smartphone, different types of devices that can scan documents, take photos of a pallet or damaged goods, and send them back through telematics to the TMS system, and just really help shorten the workflow cycle. What have you seen just in the last couple of years, Johan, of the movement towards that mobile device, bring your own device, pick your own device type of environment that we're in today?
Yeah, absolutely. So bring your own device is very popular. Everybody wants a data connection. And it used to be that the device that you got from a telematics company used to be just for one unique case only. But there's so many software applications that just help in productivity for a trucking company. So it had to become open source. So people had to bring their own tablets. So besides the telematics software part of it, they want other different kind of softwares on these tablets. And we see now even a movement where it's not just software on the tablet. We also see people now that want to have AI or IoT connectivity to the tablet. So we're talking about sensors, we're talking about camera systems. So we're really talking from a proprietary device to an open source device, now to even add more technology that communicates with that open source device.
It's amazing how far trucking has come. Drivers used to have to stop and find a payphone, no cell phones, and now it's become where the driver never has to talk to the dispatch office unless they want to have an issue with a customer. They want to talk about maybe home time, family time. We always encourage to build those relationships with your drivers. Don't just rely on technology, text messages. Create a warm personal connection with your workforce is so important. And another thing that's so important, Johan, that your product at Proclip helps solve is that distracted driving situation. I'm all about safety. We want drivers to return home safely each and every night. Talk a little bit, whether it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee or a Volvo Class 8 tractor, Mack, Freightliner, Peterbilt, I don't know anybody out, Kenworth, how important it is to have a secure device in the cab to eliminate that distracted driving.
Absolutely. So distracting driving, most people know distracting driving about, holding their cell phone in their hand and doing multiple things at the same time while they're driving. Well, our solution, first of all, make sure the device is mounted and it's in an eye view of the driver. Right, we have custom mounts for consumer vehicles that snap into the dashboard, so you don't drill in your dashboard. On the heavy truck situation, Class 8 trucks, you kind of drill more into the dashboard to create even a more stable environment because of the vibration that it brings over the road and even off the road. Right, we see a lot of off the road trucking as well these days. With think about construction companies and things like that. But now the device is actually mounted, which means it's not going to fall out of your hand. You're not going to be distracted with your steering wheel. The hands stay on the steering wheel. So, and a lot of software applications are also managing on the tablet or the mobile device, could be a handheld device as well, and it allows you only certain applications to use while driving. And some software say, okay, you need to be at the 0 speed before you can use the other applications.
You just announced recently a new product called ModTech. Explain to our listener how that product came to be and what is unique about the ModTech Proclip product.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're super excited about this. We've seen a lot over the years. Tablets, as you know, consumer tablets, think about your phone. Every year there's a new model out there. It changes, a different charging port, a different form factor. So in the trucking industry or the fleet industry in general, once you deploy tablet or a mobile device and then suddenly you have to expand or replace a device, it's always a new device that comes on the market. And the problem that we saw is okay, we have to rip and replace. You got to touch the truck again. The truck has to come in the garage. You take out the cradle. You put a new cradle in that fits perfectly for the new one. You might have to even switch power supplies out even after a firmware update on a tablet, for example. So our ModTech system is a brand new universal dock that utilizes the USB-C 3.1 technology with power delivery, which is the latest power delivery standard. That allows you to charge any tablet at the perfect speed at the given moment of the state of the tablet or the mobile device, now or in the future. And the tablet case that we give you around that is universal to that dock. So it doesn't matter if you have an 8-inch device or a 10-inch device, now or in the future. We will always design a case around it that always goes perfectly in that dock, which means the customer doesn't have to touch the truck anymore. The truck stays exactly on the road. You just give the driver a new tablet with a new case, you click it in, and it goes. So it's really cost effective over the term of ownership for a refresh rate. And then besides that, we have other modules that we can add to it so people can grow with the device, the system as well.
That will support most Android devices as well as Apple tablets, depending on which size?
Yep, it's all USB-C related, so all of the 8-inch and 10-inch tablets out there. Apple is still a little bit unique with the USB-C connector that one of the 24 pins need to have to be the identifier, so it just needs a slightly different cable in the dock, but that's the only difference there is, but otherwise it always clicks in and it goes. So you stay with Android or Windows, it's perfect. You stay with Apple, it's perfect. And then, like I said, we have now a possibility with USB-C 3.1 to actually add data connections. So if people want to push to talk, they want a printer, a scanner, a backup camera, we just unplug the power in the back of the dock. We put a little hub in between. You connect your IoT device to it, whatever you want to. You plug the power back into the hub, and you're ready to go.
Johan, I can tell you do take a consultative sales approach with your clients. Very knowledgeable, 16 years with Proclip. We'll put in the show notes how fleets can get in touch with Johan and Proclip if you have additional questions. It's so important to have the right gear that's going to make your mobile worker, your driver, happy. You don't have any problems on the road with their mobile devices. And I'm confident, I recommend them. Proclip USA, Johan's going to take great care of you. Thank you so much for joining us on this segment of Trucker Tech here in Austin, Texas.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, just you reach out to me. It's Johan, Johan, Van Mierlo, VanMierlo, at ProclipUSA.com.